After that Navy victory at the Emirates Stadium against Brighton, Arsenal consolidated their victory in the summit, but their attention is now focused on going to play against Bayern Leverkusen in the Champions League, a competition which Arsenal have not won they've never won it at all. And for a very long time, it's been really long, over a decade since Arsenal got to the finals. And the last time we got to the semi-final, we were hoping that we were going to clinch it, but somehow those double-legged matches against PSG ensured that Arsenal did not do anything. At the end of the day, it was really difficult for Arsenal. But coming against Bayern Leverkusen, a team that Arsenal played for the very first time in February 2002. And in that game, Arsenal played a 1-1 draw against them in Germany. And goals in that match was scored by no other person but Robert Perez. And at the end of the day, Ulfried Christian equalized for Bayern Leverkusen in the 90th minute. And in the second leg, Arsenal trounced them by 4-1. It has been a really difficult time for Arsenal in the Champions League. But this season, looking at the way the draws are, it appears that Arsenal are going to be having a hand on the Champions League. Welcome to another fantastic edition of Arsenal Fans being brought to you by Arsenal Fans globally. And with me is my teammate, my super colleague as always, Hospi. Hospi, it's going to be another roller coaster moment for Arsenal playing in Germany against Bayern Leverkusen. How do you think that this team is going to turn up against Kasper Hudmund team? Kasper Hudmund joined them sometime in 2025 in September when Erik ten Hag was sacked. But do you think that Arsenal team has what it takes to navigate the victory against this team? One of my fears also is last season Champions League, one would trounce PSG during the group stages. And we got PSG, we just said, look, this semi-final game is a short game that we're going to beat them, that is an easy ride, defeated them. But somehow we saw a monstrous PSG team that turned out to have beaten us home and away. Do you think that a repeat of that will happen this season? Or do you think that Arsenal have learned their lessons from their past experiences?
Yes, Ken, thank you. The PSG experience last season was, I think there was a deal breaker somewhere. The difference was them making significant signings in January. I think they signed Kashashvili also, and he was a very phenomenal player for them going
a player that we wanted to sign too.
Exactly, right. But we turned blind eyes to them. And we've also seen how Semenyo is performing wonders for City. We did not reinforce our squad in the January transfer window back then, and it came back to haunt us. If you remember, Kai Havertz got injured. Saka was out for quite some time, so it wasn't really a good season for us at the end of the day. With Bayer Leverkusen, they had a superb season 2 seasons ago. They went unbeaten. They were riding high. They were taking teams apart. They were very popular for late goals when, everyone was thinking that they are losing this match or they are drawing this match. They will just come up with a winner or a goal from somewhere to clinch a point or points. Right. But they've never been the same after that wonderful season.
Under Xavi Alonso.
Yes, he left, and one or two other coaches are here for them. But I am not sure it is the same Bayer Leverkusen that we are going to face. There is less tenacity. They've lost most of their tenacious players that carry them through that great period of theirs.
Don't forget this is the round of 16, bro.
I know. So I am not underrating them, but I still have a strong feeling that we are going to steal a match over them. For the head-to-head records, we've played 3 times. We've won 2 of those 3 matches. We've drawn 1. They've not been able to notch one over us. But we cannot rely on history forever. Things can change. I just expect our boys to keep a cool head and ensure that we get a victory away. And when we come to the Emirates, we just solidify our position.
Okay, looking at this game, the way Casper Hujmont boys play. He plays this 3-4-2-1 formation that normally he progresses into 3-5-2 formation. We found out that in recent times, whenever a team plays in that low block style, we find it very difficult to navigate. And one of the reasons why we're all happy within the fan base when we got the Bericese was because he's that guy that can play in the pocket of defenses. But we've not seen that happening. And especially with Arsenal captain not playing at the moment. We said it recently that one of the biggest challenges Arsenal is having this season is the inability for the midfield to really have that cohesion going forward. How do you think the Arsenal team can play against a team that plays three at the back and have four midfielders with two attackers? I mean, playing with joining the wing backs to attack you. How do you think we can navigate this?
They might set up that way, but I still expect them to come out because they are playing at home. I expect them to try to be on the front foot, and I think that is where we're going to be dangerous, especially if we can keep them quiet in the first 15 minutes and get their fans a little bit edgy and a little bit feeling with anxiety. We can get them a bit frustrated, and that can lower the tension in the stadium. Playing against such teams, I'm very excited. I don't know if he's going to make the match squad, but I'm very excited about the return of Max Daumann. He's built for such games. He's built for teams who are really setting up on low block here, because we need a ball carrier who can, match man to man and just smash the ball left, right, center, sprint passes here and there. I think him being surrounded by senior players is going to be very helpful for him. I'm not sure he's going to play on that day, but all I'm saying to answer your question is, if we keep them quiet in the first 10-15 minutes, it's going to reduce the crowd tension, the fans. They are going to be a little bit quiet because frustration will start to creep in. And we hold on for our chances. I know we'll be able to have one or two chances on the break. If we are very, very tenacious, if we are very, very clinical in front of goal, we will be able to defeat them or have one or two goals before the second half resumes.
Okay, fantastic. Looking at the way Arsenal is playing at the moment, you're going to have a privilege of doing the team selection on this occasion, because then I will come to the aspect where I'll ask you for scoreline prediction and all that, and I also do my bet. I'm going to give you the liberty to make this team selection, especially when you're going to be playing against the German side, and it's going to be a noisy night in Germany. And for a team that is playing in the round of 16, this is an opportunity for them to showcase what they've got in their sleeves. Arsenal have played 8 games in the Champions League, won 8 games too. And that does not really mean that you have your hands on the title, because playing in the Champions League means that it's a must-win game. You need to do everything that you need to do to get it. So with the Arsenal team now, with Calafiori out, Trossard out, based on the last match played against Mansfield, it might be a difficult one for them, for the Arsenal team, because I don't know how they're going to fare. But how can we make the best out of the players that we have? So the tactical board is here for you to really give us your first 11 for this game, and let us see. Because you are shifting Bayern Munich players backwards.
Yes, let them just go backwards. All right.
Let us see how you're going to go about it.
All right. So it's unfortunate that we have injuries here and there, but I'm expecting I to be honest, I would have loved to rest Gabriel for this game, Magalhaes, because the Everton game is so crucial for us. And we don't have a second chance versus Everton. It's a one-off game. It's a cup final. I am still doubtful of Saliba's fitness, but I'll start to try in goal. Then Hinkapie, or I'll start with Luis Kelly here. I'll have Hinkapie on the left side of central defense. I'm going to have Mosquera on the right-hand side, and I'm going to have Timber. As usual, we'll have Zubi sitting in front of the defense, and Rice partnering him alongside Eze. I'll still want to start with Martinelli on the left-hand side.
Yes, definitely he has to start because he's injured. Trossard is injured.
I would definitely love to start Madueke on the right-hand side instead of Saka. And still, I would love to have Kai Havertz returning to his homeland, leading the line. This is my prediction. And I'm doing this based on future matches, like having the Everton game. You know, they've been resting all this while. I'm not even sure that they had an FA Cup match. So we whatever the result is at Bayer Leverkusen, we can turn that around at the Emirates. We have a second chance. So I would just love to stick with this for now.
Okay, you've heard it. That's Hospice team selection. And if I want to go, yes, I agree with Ospi. It has to be Air Raya in goal. On the right back position,
Timber
will be there. I'm not too sure that Saliba should return now because he had it was not a serious injury, but we're just taking precaution. But this is not the game for him to get started because I truly want Saliba to be available for the Everton game. So I want to see a Mosquera here, and because the Champions League is not a competition you want to take for granted, I want the leadership of Gabriel Magalhaes here. And for Piero Hincapié, this would have been a game where I would have loved him to get started. But we need to take these guys to the cleaners. And why do we need to take them to the cleaners? We also need a Miles Lewis Kelly to play this game. He's a young man, but he's a big game player. But for Piero Hincapié, you'll be playing with nerves because you're playing in front of your former fans. And there might be boos here and there that might also...
let me rethink this. Is he allowed to feature?
That's another thing. I'm not too sure.
So if he's not allowed to feature, I'll make an altercation here. Gabriel can start, and we have Luis Kelly on the left-hand side. Okay, I forgot that he's on loan.
So it means that we are on the same bed. So definitely it has to be Miles Lewis Kelly because Piero Hincapié is on loan. And I want to make a change. There's something I've been clamoring
No God.
has to start. Because of
Kenan Nogard.
his forward thinking ability. He's always playing forward. So I need Nogard to get started. And I need, if it's a must that Zubimendi has to play, then let him come to the 6, to the 8 position. Because he can play in those pockets of sizes. Then I still want my most expensive kind of Rice to play, Declan Rice. On the 10th position, it is still not a game that I want Captain Fantastic Martin Odegaard to get started. It has to be a Bericese playing here. And on the outside right, I want to see Madueke starting this game because he's going to be daring, but there's a tactical twitch that I need our coach to do. You need to let him learn how to deliver that final deadly ball. That's the difference between him and Bukayo Saka. So I need Madueke to get started here on the 9th position, because Kai Havertz used to be a Bayern Leverkusen player. I wouldn't want him to get started in this game. I want him to come in later stages of the game. So let us start Victor Gyökeres.
That's the emotional side I want to see. You know what he has done against Chelsea on several occasions, his former club side. I think he can replicate that against Bayer Leverkusen.
He can, but you know Chelsea's one is different. They were booing him and saying he's £60 million down the drain. Let him come back. Let him come in towards. You know he's a guy too that we're managing. So let him come in towards the later part of the game and round off. But okay. I believe in the bullish nature of Victor Gyökeres. This is the kind of game where he will be squared up for the fight against the German team. And the outside left, there's no other person that's going to play it for now. It has to be Martinelli because we have to manage Trossard injury. He got a knock in that match against Mansfield. And he's one player that will need to be available going forward. And you didn't tell us your scoreline prediction.
We are winning by 2 goals to nil.
Okay. I'm looking at this game. It's going to be a 3-1. One player Arsenal must look out for is the guy from Czechoslovakia. Talking about Patrick Schick, the striker for Bayern Munich. That's why I need Gabriel Magalhaes to play, because he's the one man that can ruffle anybody. So this is how it's been. My scoreline prediction for this game is 3-1 to the Arsenal. We're going to concede.
0-2 to Arsenal.
So, until we come your way again, it is still the Arsenal fans beat from Hospi, and from me, it is come on you Gunners!
Always Gunners.